Welcome to my YouTube channel, Matkarit. And this time our lesson is about how to solve rational inequality. Before we solve some of the problems involving rational inequality, let us discuss the steps on how we can solve the rational inequality. Okay, so step 1, put the inequality in general form. Okay, so I will show you on how we can transform the rational inequality into a standard form. So next, set the numerator and denominator equal to 0. So when we do this, when we equate the numerator and denominator equal to 0, we are looking at the critical values. Okay. So next, plot the critical values on a number line. So when we plot the critical values on the number line, we are dividing the number line into interval. Okay. So next, we will take a test number from each interval and plug it into the original inequality. So this is useful steps for you to solve the rational inequality. So we need to discuss these steps rather than going directly to the problem of the rational inequality. So probably you will be confused if we will go directly to the problem. So we need to discuss, and please memorize this and understand these steps on how we can solve the or how you can solve the rational inequality. Okay, so let's go to exercises. So given this rational inequality, x plus 3 all over x minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. So as you can see in this rational inequality, it is already written in standard form or general form. Okay, so no need to simplify or write this into standard form because it is already in the standard form, general form, because 0 is now at the right side. Okay, so what we will do is to equate the numerator and the denominator equal to 0. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so let us start here. We have x plus 3 is equals to 0. Then our x is equals to we will transpose this positive 3 to the right, so it becomes now negative 3. Okay, so next our denominator x minus 5 is equals to 0. Then transpose this negative 5 to the right, so our value of x is equals to positive 5. Okay, then write it on the number line. Okay, so let's say this is our number line. Okay, the top, this is our number line. Okay, so this is positive infinity, and this is negative infinity. Then write negative 3 and positive 5. Okay, so negative 3 and positive 5 are our critical values. As you notice, these critical values divide the number line into interval. Okay, so we have 3 intervals. This is interval 1 and interval Okay. Interval 2, and this is interval 3. Okay. So next we will test this negative 3 and positive 5 if these critical values are part of the solution. Okay, so let us substitute it on our x. Let us write first x plus 3 over x minus 5 less than or equal to 0. Okay, so next, substitute x with negative 3. This is negative 3 plus 3 over negative 3 minus 5. Minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Okay. So, negative 3 plus positive 3, that is 0. Over, let's combine negative 3 and negative 5, that is negative 8. Is less than or equal to 0. So, 0 divided by negative 8, that is 0. Less than or equal to 0. So, this is true because 0 is less than or equal to 0. So, this is true. Okay. So, since negative 3 is part of the solution, we will write a solid circle. To indicate that negative 3 is part of the solution. So next, we'll use 5. Okay, let us write 5 plus 3 over 5 minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so 5 plus 3, that is 8 over 5 minus 5, that is 0. Less than or equal to 0. Okay, so any number divided by 0 that is undefined. So this is false. Okay, this is undefined. So this is false. Okay, this is false. So you'll write F to indicate that this inequality is false. Okay, so we will write a hollow circle to indicate that 5 is not part of the solution. So next we will test any number in between negative infinity and negative 3. So let us use negative 4. And in between negative 3 and positive 5, let us use 0. And between positive 5 and positive infinity, let us use 6. Okay, so let us put it on the rational inequality. X plus 3 over x minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so this, let's say 4, negative 4 plus 3 over negative 4 minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so negative 4 plus positive 3, that is negative 1. All over negative 4 combined sa negative 5, that is negative 9 less than or equal to 0. So negative 1 divided by negative 9, that is positive 1 over 9. So that is less than or equal to 0. So this is false also. False. Because 1 over 9 is not less than or equal to 0, but it is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So we will put an X to indicate that the number in between negative infinity and negative 3 is not part of the solution. Okay, so next let us use here the 0. Okay, 0 plus 3 over 0 minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. So 0 plus 3, that is 3. Then 0 minus 5, that is negative 5, is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so positive 3 divided by negative 5 is negative. That is less than or equal to 0. That is true. Because negative is less than 0. Okay. So this is a solution. Okay. Okay. On this interval, second interval is a solution. All the number in between negative 3 and positive 5. So except 5, because 5 is not part of the solution. So next, let us test 6. Okay. Write 6 plus 3. Okay. And 6 plus 6 minus 5 less than or equal to 0. So 6 plus 3, that is 9, and 6 minus 5, that is 1, is less than or equal to 0. Okay, so this is false. 9 divided by 1 is 9, is less than or equal to 0. This is false because 9 is greater than 0. So this is false. Okay, so we'll write an X to indicate that the number in between positive 5 and positive infinity is not part of the solution, including also positive 5. Okay, so writing the interval notation, so we will use the bracket before this negative 3, because 3 is part of the solution, comma positive 5, we will use the parenthesis, okay, to indicate that 5 is not part of the solution. So this is our interval notation. Interval notation. Okay, so actually this is our answer. This is our final Okay, so that is our final answer. Okay, write it. Okay, so I hope that you learned this video presentation.